Test. Welcome to WFM Radio. This is In Between Pieces, brought to you by Writings from Michael, where I discuss entrepreneurship from the lens of an artist and business mindset. This conversation is made with love and joy for your mission, your purpose, your calling, and your journey. Welcome with love. Peace. Peace and blessings. I am Michael G. Simpson, your host of Writings from Michael, artist and founder. And I hope you like the intro, man. I just worked on an intro a few days ago, and, I was trying to figure out ways to add an intro and get the licensing down and what should I add. And, by starting this brand, man, I always think back, and sometimes you can't overcomplicate things. And so I just recorded something real simple, man. That literally came out maybe about first 2 takes. Maybe I think the second take, man. That was 1-2 takes, and got it down. But I'm happy about that. I hope you guys like the intro. Give me some feedback on the intro. If you like it, if you love it, it can work on. It'll be better. If it's smooth, if it's not smooth, let me know, man. I'm always open to change some things. But today's topic, we're talking about in between pieces, and I'm working on a piece for a customer, a client, and a lot of the theme is derived around different, right? Being different, right? Different, not less. And just want to really hindsight that, because sometimes as being different, right, you can always think of, you think you're better than someone, right? I remember being as a kid and, you think you're better than me, right? And that's far from the case, right? No, not that you're saying that you're better, but you're different, right? And also the other spectrum is like, you may feel different and you may feel less than the status quo or whatever group setting you're not fitted in, right? But you fit in where you get in, and sometimes you fit in where you are. And sometimes where you are is within you. What I mean by that, man, different, not less, nor more than, I can go back to, and side note, I have my notes here, and I want to make sure I wrote down outlines and notes just so we can be on topic. I know I can be a very scattered person. So in order to get this, podcast format, aka WFM Radio, in between pieces, most smoothly, seamlessly just output it, outline is the best way to go. I wrote my best papers when having an outline. So back to what we were saying is, why we should embrace our different in order to make a difference. And what I mean by that, man, but in order for us to make a difference in the world, we have to know that we are different, right? Everyone doesn't have the same opinion. Everyone doesn't have the same mindset. Everyone doesn't have the same experience, but within those 3 things, we can unite, right? And the more I lean into my different, the more I know I can make a difference in this world. Because I know that I may not reach everybody. I may not reach this whole entire world. I may not reach my whole entire audience, but the ones that are supposed to hear this and receive this message and receive the art in a special way where it resonates, the fact that I know I'm accepting and honing in on my different, I know that I'm making a difference. And that's that impact that within being an artist or a creative, right? I feel we truly at the core of it want to make a difference, man. We want impact, right? We want our art to hit. We want our art to truly impact people's lives for the betterment of people's lives, right? To enrich people's lives. And the more we really embrace that, I think we can come to a consensus of like, okay, I'd rather touch 3 people that are going to take the word back, regurgitate, and they find their own way to say it, and they're being, taught by what we're saying, than reaching 10 people that's not hearing it, where you kind of fall into missing the gaps, man. It's like, less is more. And doing this piece right now, in between pieces, like different, not less, it just like really spoke volumes, man. I'm like, wow, that's so true. Like, different, not less. I'm not less than, right? I'm not more than either. I'm not saying I'm better than you, not better than anyone. But I know that I'm different. And, being younger, the realization as a child, it's like, sometimes it's hard for us to really accept that. Don't you get that sometimes, man? Like being as a kid, say 10, 11, through high school, middle school, understanding that you're a little different. And I'm not talking about your sexual orientation, man. That's your personal preference. I'm referring to just the creative spirit you may have, the innovator spirit you may have. Maybe that inkling to be curious, to find out new things. And that's what, to me, the side of artistry is being curious, right? Because I don't know about y'all, man, but I didn't wake up knowing that I would be an artist per se, right? I think it's along my journey I accepted that I have a different thing about me where I love putting things together, whether that's clothing, canvas, whether that's shoes, whether that's any type of thing that involves my hands and mind and heart. You know, you just have that itch to create, right? You wake up like, what can I create? What will I create? And how can I create that's going to affect and impact someone else's life? And it's truly special because that realization sometimes happens later down the road. But the faster or the quicker and the most efficient way we can understand that we are different, I think truly at the core of it, the quicker you find that out is the quicker we get on our journey with true purpose. And kind of devolve back, you guys, I post this a lot of times on my Instagram page. We have our woven labels, the writings from Michael, definitely, but the second woven label that was introduced to everybody was this one. Your mission, your purpose, your calling equals the journey. It's an equation to an artist, an equation to every human being, an equation to who we are as people. And that's why we can't really be so stuck to certain things or, times in your life where you may be working for a company and being so stuck, like, I got to work here. Hey, man, it's part of your journey. Keep on going on that mission because your purpose is calling you. And that calling, right, we'll miss out if we're so stuck to certain things, right, or places. And this is why I can really say, and I lived in Jersey, New York, Georgia, now in California. And I guess without saying it, back in the day, I've just been on that mission, purpose, calling, which is the journey, man, enjoying the journey along the ride. And that realization as a child, for me, I say child, and the realization where I wanted to go to school in New York, right? I went to St. Joe's all-boys Catholic school. I predominantly thought I was going to be a ball player. I got hurt within my junior year, and not that I felt out of love with basketball, but started leaning into what I actually brought joy to my heart, and that was, at the time, recording and putting rhymes together, rapping, and on the side, drawing little just designs and like putting little clothing collections together. Just had this thing, I had this itch. And I had a bug to always work. And, I did door-to-door sales in high school, worked at Foot Locker, and was so enthusiastic by working, man, honestly, So I leaned into that more, and that was my realization that, hey, I may be a little different, man. I know the social conformity of where I'm from and where I'm at in life was to play basketball. But that realization where, look, I may be a little different, I have to lean into that. And that's why I chose to go to Pace University in New York, downtown Manhattan. And then once I got there, I realized that not different, yes, being different, different, but not more nor less. But, man, maybe this structural way of being in school is not my thing. It's not that I'm just not passionate about it at all, which I was not passionate by the means, but I started to like almost fall in love with creating more than actually doing schoolwork. So I got to think, man, not everyone is wired to do the same traditional educational route. And I can sit here at 29 years old and say that it's okay because we're all a little bit different. Not more, not less. And just to go back on that topic, man, not more, not less, breaking away from the social conformity. And I brought this definition up of, social conformity because it really ties into this whole different, not less. It's a type of social conformity or influence that results in a change of behavior or belief in order to fit in with a group. The two types of social conformity are normative conformity and informational conformity. Normative conformity occurs because of the desire to be liked and accepted, and I feel that happens a lot within high school, middle school, and definitely college in a sense, right? Because it's the first time if you went to school away, you traveled away from school, right? You weren't near home per se. It's the first time you're away from your normal social group, and you're in a new social group, and we all want to be liked and accepted somehow, right? Look at social media, right? This is kind of plays into like the likes and the comments and having followers, that type of mindset, instead of doing it for impact, right? Trying to fit into the social norm, and how can we break away from trying to fit in? Because when we lean into our difference, that's when we accept that we can make a difference. But we also find our tribe within that. We find that there are others who are different too, not more, not less. And if we can accept the uniqueness within us, then others feel more comfortable doing the same. And along this whole entire topic of conversation, man, it's really important to understand that, because you can do as many things as you want in business and make the greatest brand ever possible, but are we truly being our authentic selves within this process? Are we giving it us? Are we showing up as us every morning? You know, the greatest thing I love about being an artist and an entrepreneur is that I get to wake up as myself every day, right? No matter on a Zoom call, shout out to all the business phone calls we have in the past months of doing collaborations. And, you really get to see that you get to show up as yourself, man, through these phone calls. And that's the greatest reward. So how can we get into a space, artists and creatives, where we do feel that way? And I'm each year I learn more about myself, that I can just lean into that different, man, because I understand that there's people who are trying to put it together, and they get the inspiration behind that. Just like I get inspired by bigger artists than myself, man. I'm like, okay, if they can authentically come to work every day being themselves, come to work meaning figuratively, and they have success behind that, why can't I? Excuse me. Why can't we? So I think it's important that we do lean into that different to make a difference. So I'll leave off with that, man. Different, not less. And just breaking away from the social conformity and embracing it, man. Really leaning into your uniqueness. And no, we're not walking around, I'm better than you, because that is not the case, man. God loves each and every one of us, man. And I'm no pastor, no psychology major, but we are all deserving and worthy of abundance. But we must lean into our different to make a difference. I'm leaving off with that. This piece and conversation was made with love and joy. Till next time, guys. Hope you guys had enjoy. Subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Much love. Peace. And you just listened to WFM Radio In Between Pieces. Please like, subscribe, download, and spread this conversation with love and joy. Keep going on your mission, your purpose, your calling, and your journey. Much love. Peace.